Okay, we're live.
Great, thank you, Leifka. Good evening, everyone. I'm Delegate Robin Lewis. Thank you for joining the Subcommittee on Motor Vehicles and Transportation. It is Thursday, February 26, 2026. Thanks to everyone for joining us. I'd like to begin by reminding everyone of our subcommittee norms. We do occasionally invite outside experts and advocates to join our subcommittee deliberations. However, those outside visitors are asked to keep their cameras off unless they're asked a direct question by a member of the subcommittee. So thank you to all who are here. I just want to also thank the staff who make this meeting possible. Our committee counsel, Patrick Tracy, is with us, and my chief of staff, Leifka Haas, who keeps the Zoom rocking and rolling and keeps me on track. So let's get started. Our agenda today includes, I think, 5 or 6 bills. Leifka's put it on the screen for us. We have House Bill 107. That's the Intelligent Speed Assistance Pilot Program bill by Delegate Allen. Next, House Bill 451. That's the Maryland Zero Emission Vehicle Infrastructure Council from Delegate Frazier Hidalgo. Next, House Bill 474. The dangerous accumulations of snow and ice removal from Delegate Patterson. Then House Bill 601, that's a Montgomery County local bill, stop sign monitoring system for Gaithersburg and Rockville from the Montgomery County delegation. Next, House Bill 210, that's the out-of-state drivers automated enforcement, also known as the Out-of-State Driver Accountability Act from Delegate Foley. And lastly, House Bill 246, that's the Class G trailer video tolls bill, a departmental bill from the Maryland Vehicle Administration. All right, let's get started. At the top, House Bill 107. Thanks, Leifka. Patrick, we have considered some amendments to House Bill 107. Could you walk us through that bill, Patrick? Do we have the reprint to show on the screen as well, Leifka?
Should.
Do you want us to do that, Patrick?
Sure.
All right. Try to get that up. Just give us a minute for that. So House Bill 107, Speed Governor Bill. I think some amendments came back over from the Senate. Is that right? Patrick, while we wait to get that pulled up, just in general. But this is a bill designed to hold accountable frequent violators of speed limits using new technology that is now available to limit the speed that a driver can inflict on their vehicle. So we got the reprint. Thank you. Patrick, please go ahead and walk us through.
Can I take a point of personal privilege, even though I'm not a member? I just got an email to the effect that the iPhone is apparently from MDTA on one of our bills.
I don't know, guys. Do you think should we? Yeah, let's let them in.
Nah.
Leifka, you have permission to go ahead and let in the mysterious iPhone, and we'll get them to identify themselves so that we know who it is. Thank you, Patrick.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. The amendments to this bill, first of all, they make the bill permissive. A person can accept their suspension or revocation and not enter the program, or they can enter the program. And then they would, for background, the current suspension for points assessment is 30 days. Second suspension is 90 days. Now, the first thing we did here, and this was not done last week, is we delayed the program to give MVA, time to implement it, and they have to implement it before October 1st, 2027. And as a result of that, we took the program out another year. So we extended the effective date, the length of the sunset and all of that by a year. And then the amendments also changed the offenses, instead of the listed offenses, which seemed to be confusing and for everybody, is that we have it for a combination of violations for exceeding this posted speed limit, for reckless driving, remember we had the bill last year where we included as reckless driving exceeding the speed limit by 30 miles an hour or more.
Excuse me, Patrick, can we have Leafka scroll down so you can see what you're talking about?
Of
I think it's
course.
page 4 of the
Leafka, we
reprint.
want to go down to page 4 now.
Thank you, right here, I think, right?
And you can see here in line 15 with the new language, these are the violations for which if you get points, you get it pointed towards the pilot program. And then as Delegate Allen put it, to try to balance the incentives in lines 16 and 17 and after, we set it at, for first suspension, 90 days, second or subsequent suspension, 180 days, and then for a revocation, 1 year to be in the program. And that's balanced against, as I said, the current 30-day suspension. So your choice would be for a first offense, a 30-day suspension or 90 days in the program with a restricted license. And then I think most of the rest is just clean up or make it consistent with that. And then there's one point, I don't know if I mentioned it last week. This is on page 5, Leafka. At the bottom in line 30, and this is for MVA too. I don't think we discussed this. It says, if the administration removes an individual from the program because the individual violated a requirement of the program, they may allow the individual to re-enter the program after a period. The bill says 30 days, changed it to 10. The reasoning being that if you make them wait 30 days, their suspension's over. So shortened that a little bit.
Okay.
And then we go to, we beefed up the reporting requirement. This is on page 6 of 6. It was just kind of a generic reporting requirement. And then we had some specifics. The report would include a description of the intelligent speed assistance system pilot program, the number of individuals who are eligible to participate, who participated, and why they participated, and those who elected to participate and then didn't complete it, and then the amount of those people who re-entered it, and then of course the amount of people who successfully completed the program. I think you can see all of that there, and then you see in the bottom extending it by 1 year, and then the last line on the bottom, you can't see it here, but from 2030 to 2031. So that's the program.
Okay, and I think another observation to flag is just that there is a fee waiver for individuals eligible for the program, but who are indigent. So those individuals can participate in the program, but they won't have to pay for the speed assistance governor themselves. Is that correct, Patrick?
Yes, that was in the original bill. And
okay, that's original language. Thank you.
But that's your point. An important point is that with the delay that we're giving NVA, first of all, they're going to be adopting regulations, and they'll probably address what's indigent. Virginia and DC have some language to that effect that might point in their direction. But also, if for whatever reason we've missed something in this legislation, the delay of a year gives them another session to come back to us and say, we need this fixed up. But chances are they'll probably be able to address most of it by regulation.
Okay.
Most any issues that come up.
Great. Thank you, Patrick. So members, any questions about this amended bill? Any discussion? Everybody comfortable with the amendments? All right.
I got one question.
Thank you. If I don't see your hand, feel free to unmute and ask to be recognized. Delegate Odom.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Chair. I don't know, it may have been in there, but if a person doesn't complete it, just, I mean, is there any, I guess it's not worth even bothering with it, but if there was a penalty, not a penalty, but since there's no cost, or is there a cost? I heard about the indigent piece, but for everyone else, is there a cost to the program?
Well, they have to pay for the equipment, yes, and
Okay, that's correct. Yeah. So they will just forfeit anything that they paid, and they won't get anything if they don't complete the program.
no, they won't get anything back.
Okay, that's all. Just want to make sure of that.
Good question. Thank you. I see Delegate Naraki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This maybe is for the bill sponsor, maybe for Patrick. What happens if someone's a super special driver and they have one of these devices, they have an interlock device, like do all those things work in concert together? I'm just kind of thinking this through, like maybe it's not so much a question for the pilot, but if we move forward with this in the future, can multiple devices work on a vehicle together?
Well, my understanding, and maybe MVA can shed some light on this, my understanding is that ignition interlocks just for starting the car.
Okay.
You have to blow into the blower or else it won't start.
Sure.
And this is a completely different system. It's like a speed governor.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm just naive. I've never had any of these devices, so I'm not as attuned to how they work. And this is also my first session on this subcommittee. So
Thank you. I think it's a great question, though. And MVA is here. I see Miss Nicely.
Nisley, yes.
Nicely. Mhm.
So yes, our understanding is that these devices can work together.
okay, perfect. Thank you.
Great question. Thank you. Any other questions? Any discussion? We comfortable with this bill as amended?
Amendments.
Okay, move the amendments. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion? Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to move the bill.
Move the bill.
Is there a second?
Second.
Great, having been properly moved and seconded, the bill as amended. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion? Any opposed? Hearing none. Great, thanks, guys. House Bill 107 as amended passes the subcommittee. Thank you. We'll move on to our next bill on the agenda, House Bill 451, the Zero Emission Council. So Patrick, I remind us of 451, were there any amendments? I think there were, right?
Yes.
Will you talk us through those, please?
Yes. Well, the zero emission, the ZEVIC, Zero Emission Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Council, we tend to call it ZEVIC, was due to sunset this year. Delegate Fraser Hidalgo's bill initially extended the sunset, but the amendments actually get rid of the sunset. This has been around for over a decade, and it's probably about time it was made permanent. The amendments also alter the membership and duties of the ZEVIC, including taking out any references to looking into fuel cell technology. They add to the membership the Secretary of Agriculture. This is undoubtedly in response to the issues over the interim, if you've heard of them, about the annual fees for the charging stations, which caused quite an uproar over the summer.
Can we scroll down to see the sections you're referring to? Where should we be, Patrick?
This would be on page 2,
Okay.
right here. These are the memberships. You see the Secretary of Agriculture added. Then we took out some members. One representative of an Institute of Higher Education, took out, again, the representatives of fuel cell technology, manufacturers of the fuel cells. And then kind of rewrote and updated the duties. You can see them if you go down the page that we left. We don't have page numbers anymore because this is all the amendment. If you go down to G, okay, right here, you can see the right after the number 1, the bracket that's blocking it out. And if you go down further, Levka, to right here at 13, we have these updated charges for the ZVIC. Some of them are the same as what was up there before. Just didn't want it to get too messy. Others are updates based on what's gone on over time and the like.
Okay, so there are provisions that the council should identify barriers integrating zero emission vehicles, identify, develop, and recommend policies and best practices, convening, keep scrolling down a little bit for us, Leafka, establishing performance measures, policies, charging solutions, and ongoing challenge. Okay, so those look pretty reasonable and well thought out. Patrick, thank you. And then at the end here, the dates are changing.
That's just a result of taking the sunset off.
Great. Okay. And this takes effect June 1st, and there's no sunset.
Correct. Yeah, under the bill.
Great, thank you. Colleagues, any discussion? Any questions? Feel free to unmute and yourself if I'm not seeing you. Any concerns? All right. Seems like everyone's happy with this one. Extending a sunset on an important important body. So if there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion to move the amendments.
Move the amendments, Madam Chair.
Second?
I'll second.
Great. Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor of the amendment say aye.
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 Any discussion? Any opposed? Great. The amendments pass. I'll take a motion to approve the bill as amended.
Move the bill as amended.
Second.
Second, having been properly moved and seconded, House Bill 451 as amended. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion? Any opposed? Hearing none. House Bill 451 as amended passes the subcommittee. Good job, guys. All right, moving on to the next bill on our agenda, House Bill 474, removal of snow and ice. So we heard some really moving testimony from a family with a little girl at the bill hearing. This is a bill that will require vehicle operators of regular vehicles, not big trucks, to remove snow and ice before they start driving. And Patrick, were there any amendments to this bill?
Yes.
Talk us through.
Okay. Well, the bill's straightforward as introduced. Person may not operate a tow vehicle without removing from the exposed vehicle surfaces accumulated snow and ice that poses a threat to personal property. The amendments add in without making reasonable efforts to remove from the exposed vehicle surfaces, and then provides that the prohibition does not apply if compliance of the prohibition would cause the operator of the vehicle to violate any workplace safety law or regulation and threaten the health or safety of the operator of the vehicle. i.e.,
Can we scroll down so everyone can see where
yeah,
you
this
are,
is on
Patrick?
page 2 or 3, Levka. This is a truck driver standing on the top of a icy rig. That makes no sense whatsoever. And then it also, on page 3, Levka, provides that each day that a violation occurs is a separate violation, but that a person may not have been found, may not be cited for a violation more than once in a day or a 24-hour period.
Okay. And just to make sure I'm clear, this bill is authorizing local police, state police, the
Anybody.
state police. Say again?
Any law enforcement officer.
Any law enforcement at any level. Okay. Thank you. All right. And then there are the penalty provisions. So that you guys taking a look. I see hands up. So the first one I see is Delegate Ziegler, then we'll go to Delegate Jacobs. Delegate Ziegler.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Remind me, is this a secondary offense?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And that means that a person has to have been stopped for some reason other than having snow or ice on the roof or windshield. Because that was certainly a concern of mine. I think I might have asked during the hearing.
and-
Increase police interactions.
And I should say that it's a secondary offense unless it results in an accident or contributes to an accident.
Does that answer your question, Delegate? Great. Thank you. Delegate Jacobs. Delegate Ziegler, you can put your hand down unless you have more questions.
All right. Patrick, do these amendments take care of the concerns of Maryland Motor Truck?
Yes, although I believe Lou is on the call if you want to confirm with him.
Delegate Jacobs, should I call Mr. Campion?
Absolutely.
Mr. Campion, please unmute yourself and show us your smiling face. So Delegate Jacobs had a question for you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, Delegate. We asked for those amendments, and the sponsor worked with us on creation of those. So
Yes.
thank you.
So you're happy with what the amendments say?
Yes, sir. They mirror a lot of the language in surrounding states that have adopted these provisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I know that there was a time issue that, when you leave one location and trying to get things straight before you can get to somewhere else where you can take care of it. That I know that came up in the hearing. I just want to make sure that was addressed.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Delegate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate Jacobs. Delegate Naraki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Patrick, this is probably for you. I think the first part of the amendments that we were talking about there was some sort of like reasonableness standard.
Yes.
Could we go back to that real quick, Leafka, if possible, for everyone, just so we're on the same page?
That's on
That's
page
okay.
2, Leafka.
The reasonableness standard.
I think it's maybe under B there. I think I see it.
Yes.
Okay. What does that mean, Patrick, in layman's terms? Just so I understand, like what would be reasonable in this case?
Well, this is going to be really layman's terms. Say, I hate to pick on him. Say Delegate Morgan.
You can pick on me. Use me as the example.
Well, you're not 6'7". If Delegate
Oh,
Morgan
okay.
has my little Toyota car that he's driving versus, say, one of our shorter delegates, we'll say, who may not be able to reach the middle, it may not be reasonable that Delegate Morgan says, hey, I couldn't get the middle of my roof, whereas one of our shorter delegates says, I can't get there.
And we're not calling out any diminutive delegates.
That's just the
hypothetically.
fact that they
talking
probably
about
wouldn't
me.
be able to get the snow off the middle of the roof.
Just pick on Lurch. That's okay.
Well, you're more exposed to liability here, Delegate.
I know, but I totally believe in this bill, and I hate people who can't clean their roofs off, and I yell at people for it.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, this is a great bill. I think this should, I think it's too soft.
Well, let me ask this question, Patrick. So, given the recent very cold snap that we had here, where we're down to single digit days and stuff, like if I go out to my car and I chisel at it for an hour and I still can't get all that ice off, would I have made a reasonable effort there to get the car clean? Like how do you prove that in court that Ryan Naraki went to his car and chiseled forever and maybe didn't get every piece of ice off?
I would think I would think ice would be a tough one to convict anybody on, because ice is tough to get off. Snow is a different question.
Can I just share a little bit of homespun Midwestern wisdom? So I grew up in
Yes,
the
Madam
Chicago
Chair.
area. We had snow and ice every day for like 6 months. You just go and you boil some water in a pitcher or kettle and you pour it over your windshield or roof. Works every time.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe fair enough.
We don't need to put that in the amendments, Patrick.
Okay. Thank you
Hopefully
for that,
that answered
Patrick.
your question.
But if your windshield's really cold, wouldn't it crack it?
I was thinking that too, but I wasn't gonna.
We never had that problem.
If it's got a chip in it, it'll crack.
Well, that's true. So no chiseling windshield. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question, Delegate Naraki. Okay. Are there any other questions, concerns, suggestions, prayers? Okay. Great. Everyone seems comfortable with this bill as amended. So let's vote on the amendments.
Move the amendments, Madam Chair.
Second? Is there a second? Great. The amendments have been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the amendment say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, Delegate Ziegler, you have your hand up. Oh, you okay? Okay, great. So the amendments, you guys got me off my flow. All those in favor say aye. You guys said aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the amendments pass. I'll consider a motion on the bill as amended.
Move the bill, Madam Chair.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Any opposed? Okay, all those in favor of the bills amended say aye.
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 And no opposed. Great. The bill is amended, passes. House Bill 474 is amended, passes. We'll move on to the next bill. Good work, people. House Bill 601. This is a local bill from Montgomery County's delegation. Patrick, did we have any amendments to this one?
No.
All right, so this is a bill that expands the stop sign monitoring systems pilot initiative that started, I think, in was it Tacoma, and then 2 districts in Baltimore City, and now
Started in Prince George's, actually.
Started in Prince George's. Thank you. Let's give Prince George's credit where it's due. And then Tacoma and Baltimore City, a few districts picked it up. Now Gaithersburg, Rockville. The idea here is just to enable the school zones in Gaithersburg and Rockville to pilot test speed stop sign monitoring in those school zones. So this is a local bill. Is there any discussion? All right, no amendments, no discussion on this local bill. I'll entertain a motion.
Move the local bill, Madam Chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
Great. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion? Any opposed? Great. The ayes have it. House Bill 601 passes the subcommittee. Thank you. You guys are super efficient. All right. Next, House Bill 210. This is the Out-of-State Driver Accountability Act from Delegate Foley. And we have a lot of driver accountability bills this year. This one requires each county and municipal automated traffic enforcement program to submit a Vision Zero report to the state Vision Zero program. Patrick, was this bill? I don't think we saw any amendments on this one.
I do not believe so.
So basically, this bill requires.
Oh, no. MML did ask for an amendment.
Okay, talk us through that one.
That's really simple. The report in the bill is quarterly, and they asked for it to be annual.
Okay. So, yeah, it's always tough we want information, we need it for decision making, we need feedback for iterative, improvements, but agencies are made up of hardworking people, and so we want to be reasonable. An annual report as opposed to a quarterly report. Okay. Any questions about that amendment? For the hardworking Vision Zero team at SHA. Okay, so I'll take a motion on the amendment to make the reporting annual.
Move the amendment, Madam Chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. The amendment's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion? Any opposed? Okay, the amendment passes. I'll take a motion on the bill.
Move the bill, Madam Chair.
Second.
Second.
Okay, the bill as amended has been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion? Any opposed? All right, with that, the ayes have it. House Bill 210 as amended passes a subcommittee. The last bill of our subcommittee meeting is House Bill 246. This is the Class G trailer liability bill, 246. This one was interesting. I believe there were amendments. Yes, there's a reprint. Thank you, Leafka. So the idea behind this bill was to make registered owners of Class G trailer vehicles liable for payment of video tolls assessed at the time of passage through a toll collection facility within certain standards. And there was an amendment. So can you talk us through that, Patrick?
Yeah, the amendment's simple. It's just making the trailers liable for the citations only if the registered owner of the motor vehicle that is hauling the trailer, towing the trailer, cannot be determined.
Say that again. The owner of the trailer is
The
liable.
owner of the motor vehicle that is towing the trailer.
And what if you can't see the license of the motor vehicle? The
Then-
license plate.
Then the trailer would be liable.
So long.
Assuming they don't have a Easy Pass or some other automated payment system.
Any questions about this?
Delegate Naraki's hand is up.
Thank you, Delegate. Thank you, Delegate Odom.
Thank you, Delegate Odom. So,
Delegate Naraki, go ahead.
thank you, Madam Chair. Patrick, what does that mean if I go and I rent a trailer from U-Haul, and but the plate on my vehicle is obscured? So you're telling me then that U-Haul has to pay at that point I'm just trying to understand who has to pay.
Well, U-Haul would probably, they can subrogate liability back to you by telling them that you had rented the trailer, showing the rental agreement, and it was Ryan Naraki, and here's the information, here's the dates that he rented from us, here's the rental agreement.
Okay. What about if I borrow Jay Jacobs' trailer and I'm driving that along and you can only see Jay Jacobs' plate and not my plate?
Well, he could try the same thing. He probably doesn't have a rental agreement, so he might be screwed then.
Okay, I'm borrowing Jacobs' trailer from here on out. Then
Thank you, Delegate Naraki. Very helpful. I see Delegate Jacobs. You want to defend your trailer?
Well, it's happened to me before, as a matter of fact, by other people. So
Sorry about that.
not the tag, but the tag was my truck that was I had drivers that were parked in areas that Washington DC and Montgomery County that they wrote tickets like if you were parked in the wrong place for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden I couldn't renew my license. So anyhow, my question is, if I'm not mistaken, isn't this the bill where they wanted the ag exemption?
Is that right, Patrick? Was there an agricultural exemption?
Wasn't it Folden's bill from the Senate that addressed this issue?
I don't know if this is the bill. I don't have it in my notes. Let me see.
May I answer
Nope.
that?
Yes, please, Delegate.
So that was actually Jackie Addison's bill that was cracking down on out-of-state license plates, the people who deliberately sign up for a Virginia plate, even though they have never and do not plan to live in Virginia. And so many ag enterprises have Maine tags on their trailers, or Wyoming is
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
So they exempted ag for that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was the bill or not. I've been
That,
got so many with tags, a couple of bills with tag issues this year, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I do remember that one, but I thought it was Folden's bill, but that may have had to do with the other one.
I think it was Folden's amendment to the bill Delegate Ziegler pointed out, and it is
Okay.
in the Senate amendments now. I
Yeah.
just checked the witness list, so there was no ag interest.
No,
in the
I did too, and I don't see it on there at all. All right, could I ask Lewis Campion if this is, if they are in agreement with this one, because I know that they've
Yes.
had some concerns with that.
Yes, Mr. Campion, could you answer the delegate's question?
Oh, yes, thank you again. Yeah, we are comfortable with the language. The agency has been talking with us about a year about this bill. So yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Campion. Thanks, Delegate. Any more discussion? Any questions on the, sorry, no amendments to this bill, Patrick?
Yes, there are amendments
Wait, what's the amendment again?
to
I've already
make,
forgotten.
that's to make the trailer owner liable only if you
Alright.
can't determine who is the owner of the motor vehicle towing the trailer.
Gotcha. That seems fair. Okay. Any discussion on the amendment? All right, I'll entertain a motion on the amendment.
Move the amendment, Madam Chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, the amendment's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, the amendment is adopted. I'll take a motion on the bill as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, second, properly moved and seconded. The bill is amended. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion? Any opposed? All right, the ayes have it. House Bill 246 as amended passes the subcommittee. I believe that's the last bill on our agenda for tonight. Is there any other business?
No,
Chair.
that was 6 for 6. You done good. I'd quit while you're ahead.
All right,
Madam
everyone.
Chair, if I may, I think we might want to rename that one the Jay's Trailer Law.
He doesn't get a bill every year.
No. That's all right.
Great suggestion, shot down. Sorry, Delegate Naraki. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Let's make it official.
So moved.
Then seconded. Great. We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.